Welcome to English Speaker Podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Jack, and today we're talking about something that a lot of us literally can't function without in the morning.
We're diving into why we're also obsessed with coffee. Like, why does it feel so good?
Right? And I mean, I knew caffeine gave you energy, but I had no idea how much was actually going on in your brain when you drink it. It's kind of wild.
It really is. So let's start with the first thing, the chemistry. Caffeine is what's called a central nervous system stimulant, which basically means it speeds up the communication between your brain and your body.
Okay, so stimulant, that means it wakes everything up? It makes things faster?
Exactly. And the really fascinating part is how it does that. There's this molecule in your brain called adenosine, and adenosine is basically your brain's way of saying, hey, you're tired, slow down.
Oh, so adenosine is like the sleep signal?
Yes, and caffeine is sneaky. It actually has the same shape as adenosine, so it fits into the same receptors in your brain. But instead of making you sleepy, it just blocks the signal. The tiredness is still there. Caffeine just stops you from feeling it.
Wait, so the tiredness doesn't actually go away? Caffeine just hides it?
Exactly. Which is why when the caffeine wears off, it can hit you even harder, because all that adenosine was building up the whole time. That's what people call a caffeine crash.
Oh, wow. So caffeine kind of borrows energy from your future self. That's actually a little scary when you think about it.
It kind of is. But that's not all that's happening, because at the same time, caffeine triggers your brain to release something called dopamine. And dopamine is your brain's reward chemical.
I've heard of dopamine. That's the feel-good thing, right?
Exactly, the feel-good thing. Dopamine is what your brain releases when something good happens. Like when you eat something delicious, or you finish a task, or you hear a great song. It creates this immediate sense of well-being.
So drinking coffee literally makes your brain feel like something great just happened. No wonder people get so attached to it.
Right. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Your brain is designed to repeat behaviors that trigger dopamine. So every time you drink coffee and feel that reward, your brain is literally learning to want it again.
So it's not just a habit in the casual sense. It's like your brain is being trained biologically to crave coffee.
Exactly. That's why it feels like you need your morning coffee, because your reward system has associated that cup with feeling good, with being productive, with starting your day right. It's a loop.
That's fascinating, and kind of explains why it's so hard to skip it even one day without feeling off.
Totally. And honestly, the science doesn't stop there, because a huge part of the coffee experience happens before you even take the first sip. It's the smell.
Oh, the smell is a big deal for me personally. Like sometimes just smelling coffee makes me feel more awake.
And that's not just in your head. Well, actually, it is in your head, but it's real. When coffee beans are roasted, they release these compounds called volatile compounds, and those are what create that incredible aroma.
Volatile. Does that mean dangerous? Like explosive?
No, in chemistry, volatile just means something that evaporates easily into the air. So these compounds float up from the coffee and reach your nose, and your brain immediately starts connecting that smell to the reward you're about to get.
Oh, so your brain is already starting to release dopamine just from the smell before you even drink it?
Yes, your brain goes, I know what this smell means. Something good is coming. It's a conditioned response, kind of like how Pavlov's dog started salivating at the sound of a bell.
That's such a good comparison. So we've literally been conditioned by coffee, like coffee has trained us, not the other way around.
I love that way of putting it. And, it also explains why people are so specific about their coffee. It's not just about caffeine, it's about the whole sensory experience, the smell, the warmth, the ritual of making it.
Right, the ritual, like even the act of making coffee, that whole process, is part of what makes it feel so satisfying. It's not just a drink, it's a whole experience.
Absolutely. And I think that's why coffee has become so central to cultures all over the world. It's not just chemistry, it's comfort, it's connection, it's routine.
It's wild to think that something so small, just a little cup, has this whole biological, psychological, sensory thing going on. Like, we drink it every day without even thinking about it.
And now we'll never think about it the same way again, right? Every morning, cup is basically a little science experiment happening in your brain.
That's completely true. Now, let's go over some vocabulary from today.
First word, stimulant. A stimulant is something that increases activity in your brain or body, making you feel more alert and awake.
Caffeine is one of the most widely used stimulants in the world, and most people have it every single morning. Caffeine is one of the most widely used stimulants in the world, and most people have it every single morning.
Receptor. A receptor is like a lock in your brain that specific molecules fit into to send signals.
Caffeine fits into adenosine receptors and blocks the signal that tells your brain you're tired. Caffeine fits into adenosine receptors and blocks the signal that tells your brain you're tired.
Dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in your brain that creates feelings of pleasure and reward and motivates you to repeat enjoyable behaviors.
Every time you do something you enjoy, your brain releases dopamine to encourage you to do it again. Every time you do something you enjoy, your brain releases dopamine to encourage you to do it again.
Crash. A crash, in this context, means a sudden drop in energy after a stimulant wears off.
If you drink too much coffee and then stop suddenly, you might feel a caffeine crash in the afternoon. If you drink too much coffee and then stop suddenly, you might feel a caffeine crash in the afternoon.
Love it. Aroma. An aroma is a strong, usually pleasant smell, especially from food or drink.
The aroma of fresh coffee in the morning is, for many people, the best part of waking up. The aroma of fresh coffee in the morning is, for many people, the best part of waking up.
Volatile compounds. Volatile compounds are chemical substances that evaporate easily into the air, which is what creates strong smells. Sentence time.
The volatile compounds released when coffee is roasted are what give it that rich, complex smell we all love. The volatile compounds released when coffee is roasted are what give it that rich, complex smell we all love.
Conditioned response. A conditioned response is when your brain learns to react automatically to something because it's been repeated many times.
Smelling coffee and immediately feeling more awake is a conditioned response your brain has learned over time. Smelling coffee and immediately feeling more awake is a conditioned response your brain has learned over time.
Ritual. A ritual is a series of actions you do regularly in the same way, often because it feels meaningful or comforting.
For a lot of people, making coffee in the morning is a ritual that helps them feel ready to start the day. For a lot of people, making coffee in the morning is a ritual that helps them feel ready to start the day.
Reward system. Your reward system is the part of your brain that releases dopamine and motivates you to repeat actions that feel good.
Coffee activates your brain's reward system, which is one of the reasons it feels so hard to give up. Coffee activates your brain's reward system, which is one of the reasons it feels so hard to give up.
And our last word, sensory. Sensory means related to your senses. Smell, taste, touch, sight, and sound.
Drinking coffee is a full sensory experience because the smell, the warmth, and the taste all work together. Drinking coffee is a full sensory experience because the smell, the warmth, and the taste all work together.
That's everything for today's English Speaker podcast. Leave a comment and tell us what was most useful.
Thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. I'm Jack.
And I'm Amy. See you in the next one on English Speaker Podcast.